How's it going, everyone? Thank you again for joining the stream or watching the VODs. Greatly appreciate that. Today's topic, as you can see on the bottom right here, is we're going to continue our adventure of building an Elixir package from scratch. We started off, and then let's go ahead and share the screen. And so, started off creating an Elixir package that lets us convert strings of English to a different lingo. In our situation, the different lingo is pirate talk. That's what we support right now, and we've been slowly building that out. So we generated an Elixir project using mix new to create talk like a X, X being so we don't have to box it into just one specific lingo language. And then we began writing out the code and writing tests for that code. So we got a good baseline structure of all the, of getting the functionality. And then we started to expand on that in terms of adding more capabilities and to make it more up to par with the original extension that we were trying to mirror. So let me try to bring up that extension that we were emulating or trying to replicate, which was Talk Like a Pirate gem. And let me just go ahead and throw that into the chat, and I will show that on the screen. So just in case, you can see the URL. And if you can't see the chat, you can at least see it on the screen. So I'll keep it up there for just a short bit. Let's. So here is going to be a link to my recap page that I'm posting. So yeah, so we're continuing development with Talk Like AX. So, and let me just write down the notes last stream. Started creating a new Elixir package called Talk Like AX, where it converts a string / a sentence to a different lingo, aka language. Right now, we're working on it working on doing a conversion into pirate lingo, but later on, but in a short bit, we'll add the ability to be extensible to other lingos. So that's what so far we've been doing. To add structure to this, so I pushed up this code to a new repository. So let me try to pull that repository up. Talk like AX. So let me post that link up and show it on the screen. So this is the public repository that's housing our code. Talk like an X. And in here, I added a project board. And so in here, I created issues with that are our tasks that we're trying to achieve for this project. And those issues are reflected in a project board. So we're using native GitHub features to try to organize ourselves around this project and the ideas we need to do. And the nice thing is with this project board, if there are other issues filed, that we can pull them in and they would show up on the board. So I've created a couple tickets that we can go by as a guiding light after we've first scaffold this project and got the baseline going for this. Um, Allow for extending the lingo, preserving capitalization of words, extracting and leading, and extract leading and trailing punctuations from a word for better matching, and translate gerund words if pirate lingo selected. Where we were originally left off last stream, at the very end of the stream, is we were working on extracting punctuations from a word for better matching. So what this means is that certain words, and we can, and actually we've written tests on this topic or on this specific thing. So if we go to the mixed tests, we have a sentence here, or a test here that converts a sentence to pirate lingo with punctuations. So it's hello friend. That's really, let's update this. It's a really nice there. So it should say ahoy shipmate. That is a fairly nice hat. And I don't remember exactly how this is going to translate because we have to look up the mappings for our test assertions. So let's do that right now since we're kind of making our test assertions a little bit more robust. So let's see. Are we mapping the word nice? No, we're not. How about hat? Hat. Oop, at least I don't see. You. E is you. Paralingo. Dot. That's a go. And then let's see. There. Okay. So that's what we expect our test to output. And let's do mixed test to see what the end result's going to be. And this should fail because it's not properly handling punctuations. What's going to happen here is it's not going to recognize friend very well because friend comma. So in our mapping, it's not going to see that because there's friend comma, so it's not going to match. And then the same, and we should probably get another word here. That's a lot of words. That is a lot of words. Dr. Argus, that is a lot of words. How you doing? Let me hide that now. So we have one failure, and so you can see that verily. Hello, friend, shipmate there. That is a verily UB. That's interesting. Why didn't it not update? Oh, because we didn't update the file. Actually, let's make sure that we have a word that's actually going to be translated. That's a very nice hat you got there. Let's see. I guess we'll just say got there, friend. So it should say got there, friend. And then it should be shipmate. Test. We'll see what happens. And you can see it kept friend and kept friend here because the punctuations right there wasn't able to make it match. That's the bug we're dealing with. Or I guess not a bug, we just haven't extended the features yet. We have a very baseline and we need to get to this point of these requirements. So let's get into that. So I did a little research because last stream we were having difficulties figuring this out. We were kind of like spiking trying to do this where we were trying to call extract punctuation to at least extract a little bit of words. And in the ticket, I added in the details of the regexes that the original library was using. So leading punctuation. So this is the code for leading punctuation. So let's try to bring back that original code of leading punctuation. And actually, we'll just copy this whole thing. So let's get this updated to be matching with. So in order to handle, so for regexes, and we'll do a little IEX programming right here to show how we're going to do this. So let's go into IEX so we can use the interpreter here. So we're going to have a word, and we'll just stick with the word, and then we're going to add a period there. So what we want to do is we want to extract out the trailing punctuation. So we have this regex here for the trailing punctuation. So let's assign this to variable s. So we have s there, and we need to define a regex. Oops, don't want to do that right now. Move this out of the way. So what we're going to use is we're going to use the method called scan for Elixir to pick apart to actually do our group matching with regex. Before we were looking at last stream, looking at matching with using the string module, but it turns out the regex module is what we need to use. The scan method on a regex, so the same as run, scans a target several times, collecting all matches of the regular expression. A list of lists is returned where each entry in the primary list represents a match, and each entry in the secondary list represents the captured contents. That's what we need. We need the captured contents. Then let's see. Capture in the result. Yeah, so here's the syntax. We do regex scan. We give it the regular expression. So defining a regular expression is with a tilde r, and then the escapes for the regex, and then whatever regex you have in there, and then the string that you're trying to run the regex match on. And that will give you back the list of lists containing the matches. So let's actually so I was fiddling with this off stream. So this is definitely what we need. So let's actually try using it. So we're going to do regex scan, and let's go ahead and copy and paste our regex. So first we need to define our regex thing down here. So we do tilde r slash forward slashes, and then let's insert in our trailing punctuation matcher. So what this is doing is it's basically any letters capitalized, lowercase, from one to many because of the plus. And then it's looking for, and then it's going to grab, capture. And then within this, we're looking for anything that is not letters, lowercase or capital letters from there or more. I think this is. And then I think this is, I forget what Z is. This might be like case insensitive. I forget what Z is. But so we do regex, and then we pass in our string S. So my hope when we do this is that we'll get a list containing the original string, and then we'll have a group. Yep. So there we go. We have a list of the matches. So here's the original string, and then here's the match, period. We've extracted a period. So let's instead of passing in the S, let's just pass in whatever we want. So let's try word with the multiple periods. Doesn't Z represent the end of something in that case? You are right. Z is the end of the string. That's what it is. Thank you, Dr. Argus. That's what it is. So there we go. So we're saying that what this is saying is that these punctuations, this group, this capture, must be at the end of our string. So we know that so we're saying that we're looking for anything that's not letters, alphabet letters at the end of our string. So by extension, let's see what happens if I do 1, 2, 3. So it grabs 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. So we have a way to fetch our punctuation. So why do we want to fetch our punctuations? And that's you might be wondering. Well, after we do our matches on the strings, because we're gonna have a word like this, like word, like the word, blah. Let's say we have the word blah with a period at the end. Well, what we need to do is we need to destructure this to be blah and a period. And then so that we can take blah and pass it to our map, look it up in the dictionary, and then return back, the word, return back a different word so that, blah might be yar. And then after that conversion happens, we need to rejoin the period with the word so that we get back to yar period. And maybe extract this regex for a constant in a module and give a better label for what this regex does. Good idea. Yes, I will wholeheartedly agree with that, Pepper Reducer. That's what we're gonna, so let's do that. So that's what we're gonna do, and that's what we need to try to do right here. So let's start doing that stuff. But yeah, so let's extract out these regexes to be that way. So I think we can just, so in Elixir, is it the instance variable for globals? Now let's take a look at constants in Elixir. Thank you. Remember I read this and I completely forgot about it because we haven't had a chance to do it. So there, okay, so it is the @ symbol. Elixir developers often use module attributes and wish the values are more visible, reusable. And then so right to access attributes that are not defined. But then when you do that, okay. Trailing punctuation regex. I have another question. Why use after the match? So this is example code we took from Ruby. We have yet to actually write the code. We haven't written the code yet. But what's up, Bow Warrior? Thanks for stopping by from Singapore, no less. But yes, this is Ruby code. Emulating a package gem in Ruby, and we're converting it to Elixir, or we're replicating it in Elixir. So this code was code from the task I created from the Ruby code. So that's what this is. That's why this exists here. So I should have commented this out to avoid confusion, but all this is from the Ruby code. So we don't have to do an equal sign in. Okay. All right, so this one is trailing punctuation. Oh yeah, we also have to do tilde R for this to signify that tell Elixir that these are regexes. So this is leading punctuation. So I added in a linter tool. So before the stream, I was perusing blogs and stuff like that on Elixir, and I discovered a new package. I discovered a linting package. Well, not a linting package. Let me correct myself. Let me correct my word. So Elixir already has a linter, which is great. It formats your code, keeps everything consistent. What I found was a static analysis tool to help keep your Elixir code uniform and find bad practices and stuff like that. And it was called, I believe, Codec? Credo. So I installed this to try it out and added in the Elixir lint package or plugin from VS Code. It's Elixir lint, linter, all one word, using that library. So now we're seeing it come alive with nagging us about issues. So I will actually let me grab that. Let me link to that in the chat since I just brought it up. Everyone to see. Here we go. And let's actually put in. I'll put it in my stream notes also. And move this down here because. Okay, back at it. Let's move the tests over here to this side. And let's try to get back at the code. Okay, so what's this linter complaint about? Okay, so it's set but never used. Okay. Let's see. So I want to take this. How can I take this off the screen? There we go. All right, so we're going to try to extract off the punctuation. Let me exit out of IEX. Okay, so here's our list. So we have an idea of what we're going with. So we have our word, but this instead of doing this, we're doing regex scan with our at leading, hoping that it was going to like autocomplete for me, but it didn't. Comma, and then our word. And then we need to do the same thing for our trailing punctuation. We're going to be short on time today because I have a talk to do at 2:30, so we're going to be ending the stream at 2. But I'm already happy that I was able to help you battle warriors, so this stream's already turned out to be great. And trailing punctuation. And this is trailing punctuation regex for the word. So if we were interested in only the punctuations that matched, so what happens if we don't write anything? Get nothing. Okay. It's fine. So we can do pattern matching to extract out this stuff, right? We can do, because this is a list, and this is a list in a list, right? So if I do list, and then do another list, and Yata, and if you see anything going on that I'm doing incorrectly and stuff, that feel free to call it out because I'm building this package as a means to learn Elixir more effectively. So as I build new packages, I gain more experience and more knowledge and get better at this, such that, I'm building out stuff better, better. What's up, Juan? How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. So this should grab the leading punctuation. So we're doing a pattern matching within our list. We're grabbing the first list item, right? And then grabbing, we don't care about the original batching, and then but we care about what we're extracting from our regex. And we're going to do the exact same thing over here. Leading function is unused. Okay, so it's just complaining about unused values. I almost knocked over my cup. It scared the crap out of me. Okay. So what was in the original code that we were grabbing from? Let me find it. So let's go to the issue because it's easier to read. If you pass the regex word and the function for some accumulator to execute on and some reducer, you could use this method and pipe it and apply it with the flat map. Ooh. Okay. That's the idea. So yeah, so with this, I'm curious to see. So this is the original Ruby code that was extracting the punctuation. So what they did was they took the punctuation and then they subtracted. Oh, interesting. They subtracted out the length. So then they composed and then they took out the punctuations from the original word to result in so let me make this bigger in case it's too small. So what we're trying to do, what this person was doing, they were taking the punctuations and they were subtracting out the lengths to get the word length, and then they went leading punctuation in and then only grabbed the number of characters for that word. So they only grabbed the word out of the string. I wonder if we can try to do something more effective than that. What we can do is I don't know why that, I mean, that's one way to do it. Couldn't we do maybe is it too risky to try to do just a string substitution? Like, since we already have the period, what if we went with the original string and we substituted out the period with empty? And then with the trailing stuff, we do the same thing too. Is there any risks involved with that? I guess a risk, well, so a risk involved with that could be we accidentally remove the period from some word that's like blah, blah, period, blah, blah. So that could be, or then if we do a string sub of a period to get rid of the period here, we would end up just getting rid of the period here. Also do basically we can just slice it out. We'll just emulate the original code for now and see how that works. And then we'll go from there. So actually, I don't have a test specifically for that method. Let's write a test for this method here. Extract. um, turns list with containing punctuations containing leading punctuation, word, and trailing punctuation. Copies this, lead in here. So we'll just say based in Oregon. I myself are not based in Oregon. Coding Zeal, the company I work for, is based in Oregon, but we are all remote developers from all across the country. Dr. Argus is based in Oregon, though. Ooh, you're in Oregon too. Now you can share. You can share. I don't know, Oregon stories. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. I don't know what you would share. You'll keep your school last year. Very awesome. That's really cool. What did you learn? I'm curious. I would expect that we're going to get a comma. We're going to get this dot out, and then we're also going to we should get the trailing period. That's what I expect to get out of this. Oh, I didn't add in a assert in the front. That's why. Duh. Do you plan to try other languages other than Elixir? Chose specific reason. I chose Elixir specific reason because I'm going to be rewriting an application I already have written in Ruby on Rails and moving it to Elixir because I need WebSockets and fast communications like crazy. So this package is the beginning of that movement. This package is a dependency in order for me to, a small dependencies in order for me to move that way, and also serves as a way to learn the language more effectively using application versus just reading the book. Here we go, failing test. This is what we got out because we didn't, right now, we should have a list containing the leading punctuation, the, let's say the word, and then the trailing punctuation. The word's still going to be incorrect, but I want to see this. So porting Ruby to Elixir a little bit. Feature parity wise, we're going to be doing that. Yeah, so we still got this. So what we need to do is we need to eliminate the comma and we need to eliminate the period. So what the original Ruby function had done was it took the let's go word length is the, and then what we can try to do is we can try to elixirify this after we go through this if this doesn't follow like very elixir ways of doing things. So word length is is the original length of the word. So string dot Elixir modules, Elixir string module, and then I think there's just like a length module, right? Yep, there it is. Length module, you just pass it the string. So pass in a word minus string dot length of our leading punctuation. Let's copy it. I'll type out the whole out string dot length of trailing punctuation. I'll give us our word length. And then the way that the original Ruby code had it was such that we'll call this the pure word. And our pure word is it's like we want to take a slice or something like that out of here. From the start of the range to the offset given by the end of the range. So we can try to do a range. So string or we can just do it start and then length. We don't have to give it a range. Start string, we have the word. Our start is the leading punctuation. And then our length is the word length. And then we get our pure word back. Function call will not succeed, but string slice is a word and then a length integer. Oh wait, leading punctuation. Oh, well, good call, linter, good call. I'll make this pretty in a little bit. First is to get it work. We'll get it, or we're in the red, we're gonna get it green, and then we're gonna refactor. And we have one failure now. So that means it worked. We were able to take the leading punctuation, the pure word, and the trailing punctuation to get this. So let's actually try to make this pretty. I'm gonna make this more pretty. But we need at least this as a variable. Leading length. Does anyone know of a tool for Elixir so that the tests just keep on rerunning? Let's see. Unless mixed test help has something like that. Trying to see if I can get a help command going. Ah. Oh, mix, help, and then the task, which is test. There we go. Because I would love it just to watch. So I don't have to keep on rerunning it. color exclude, force formatter, include, max failures. Doesn't look like there's an option. Okay, well, we'll figure that out later. We only have about 5 minutes left on the stream, so, but we've already gotten a small little win of doing this. Okay, so can anyone suggest, if anyone wants to suggest, any form of refactor for this? What we're doing here is we're extracting the trailing, leading, and trailing punctuations where you only care about those values here. That's what we're doing the matches for. We're getting the length, and I forget if I ran the tests right after making this change. So it still passes. This one's still failing because we're building up. There's a package you can add to watch to the watch mode. Let's do that. The mix test. Let's look this up real quick. Mix test watch. There we go. Look at that. Look at that snazzy photo this guy has. All right, so let's see here. There's commits within the past 9 months. And awesome, I'm gonna run your Elixir test each time you save a file because TDD is awesome. That it is. That it is. Nice. Same thing. So let me show that. Thank you, Dr. Argus. All right, let's get this dependency in here then. And this will probably be the last thing we do today. Now this dependency. Watch. Only dev, runtime false. And then we just run mix test.watch. So in order to install, we do mix deps. Is how do we install packages in Elixir? And then we run the task, running additional mix tasks. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, you can clear the console before each run. Nice, nice. Okay, well, anyway, I'm getting shiny object syndrome. Has to watch. Okay, so we should have, looks like we have running tests now. So let's, so I just click save just to see what happens and rerun it. Cool. Let me do this. Let me break the test just to see everything's working fine. And boom, 2 failing tests. There it is right there. Let's bring it back. And we should get the test passing again. Okay, great. Good stuff. Love it. And yeah, so that's about it. So thanks everyone. So future action items is just continue to working on feature parity of the package with the original Ruby gem. Ruby talk like a pirate. Don't forget to commit your mark and that too. So what we're gonna do is we're going to commit credo, whatever you want to call it, in, and we'll just and also the mix test one and do that as a separate commit. So add in credo and mix test packages. And then implement rough implement function to extract out punctuations. Okay, do it like that. Commit push, and that's it. All right, everyone. That is the end of the stream. So let's go ahead and hit the outro. And I'm going to find someone to raid you over to. So thanks a lot, everyone. And this is something I just made right before the stream.